I have a wide practice, and there's actually a reason for that, and that is I like different and interesting things. And I find something that's interesting about each company and each industry that I work with. So for example, if it's an emerging technology company, it could be something as cutting edge as Bitcoin or drones, help them with contracts, with litigation, with looking out for potential issues. More traditional stuff, representing doctors, representing lawyers, representing construction companies, helping families with probate issues. There too, there's always some interesting things. There's great people. There's fantastic legal issues to work with. And I like to bring some creativity to that, but I like to get the feel for each case. The neatest thing about the practice of law goes back to seeing what other people do in their lines of work. So if you've never been up on a scaffolding, I get a chance to every once in a while go on a scaffolding or go on a roof. If you've never been in a hospital, sort of behind the scenes, to see or to talk to doctors about what they do, to be in the coroner's office and talk to them about some of the unusual things that you don't see on television. That stuff is kind of neat. And there's even sort of more mundane things. You talk to people who are authors, and they tell you how they actually go through the process of writing a book, or a design professional who tells you that they look at history books and that's how they come up with a particular design of a house. That's stuff that if I had chosen to go into another field, I wouldn't get that sampling from what everyone else does, and that really is the best part of practicing law. It's absolutely important to know your client and know what they're doing, and not only see what they're doing, but understand them as people and what their vision is. Because if you can pick up their vibe and their creativity and why they either want to do something or why they did something, then if I'm writing a contract, then I can write a contract that fits exactly what they want to do and where they want to go. If I'm defending them or I'm prosecuting a claim for them, I know exactly what was in their mind and what their personality is, so that I can present that. I'll know that almost as a friend. I'll know that in that sort of closeness. So if I have to present it to the judge or the jury, I can really give what motivates them and what drives them. I have two sort of unusual hobbies. The first one is I brew my own beer. And we make beers around the holidays, pumpkin beer. We make Christmas beers, those kinds of things. My second interest or hobby, I suppose, it's also part of what I do as a lawyer, has to do with drones. And I own my own drone, fly it usually with my son, and I'm going to be taking the Part 107 test, which the FAA recently has released, so that I can have some understanding as to what some of my clients are going through and what their specific needs are, so that when they come up from a legal standpoint, I'm better educated in terms of what they need. Being a lawyer for a family, for a company, is more than just giving legal advice. I don't become necessarily a therapist, but there is something to being a consultant, and you have to think like a business person. You have to think, if it's a probate case, how it affects family members and what the family dynamics are. You've got to put yourself in their position and understand the client, and then you can become the best lawyer and give them the best overall advice. This is a firm that has a ton of resources, but also has a ton of room for growth. And if something comes in that's unusual, McDonald Hopkins is open to it.